Hello and welcome to the Bad Guy Reviews, where good movies rise and bad ones burn. I almost said back, but I meant bad. B-A-D, bad. Not back, like bad. Okay, I know, it's been a fucking month. Where was this video? No. I'm sorry, y'all. I was dealing with like real life stuff, as well as also doing some personal stuff as well, like, which is living life. I'm sorry, but it was the truth, and I don't know where to squeeze this in. But don't worry, because I'm here. Not only that, but my voice is back, so now I can do this as loud as I fucking want. Also, yeah, I have a mic on me, so if I accidentally rape your poor little ears, I am deeply sorry. Even though this mask will probably not help either. But anyways, so in today, now as you may know, in my last Bad Guy Reviews video, in my hoarse voice, in an ASMR kind of tone, kind of like this. Yeah, you like that done? You like that done? Yeah. I reviewed A Quiet Place in honor of A Quiet Place Day 1 coming out June 28th, aka 2 days right after my birthday. Right now I am about to review A Quiet Place Part 2 to show you all what happened next. And if you remember in the last video, I talked about how the movie follows a family that had to live in a world where these group of aliens, where if they hear you, they'll kill you. Which means you can't make a single noise, not even a fart. 'Cause one noise equals and you're dead. And yes, unfortunately, 2 family members of this family have passed. That being their youngest kid and the father in this movie. But will the mother and her other 2 kids survive? Yeah. Well, let's dig into A Quiet Place Part 2 and show you where we left off. Now, the movie begins not on the same day it was, but actually showing what happened on the very first day of this apocalypse. And it shows that everyone is still living their normal lives, playing baseball, chilling and watching the baseball players. There's one showing like a sign language to dive, even though I don't think this way is to say dive in ASL. So to any ASL people, if you get offended for what I talked about, I'm sorry, and like this says, I respect all of you ASL people, including people with disabilities or their disorders or whatever and such. So yeah, and of course, if you may know, they did brought back the original cast, including the father and their youngest son, since well, not the youngest son, because the kid that originally played the youngest son actually grew up, aka aged. So they let his real life little brother play the role. And yes, ironically, they look the same, if you couldn't tell. However, as they were playing baseball, and funnily enough, I played baseball when I was younger, but I just want to point that out. Well, I did play baseball last year, and I do have like a bunch of baseball trophies and baseball medals, but those weren't like winning ones. They were just little like league medals where like we all get one after each season and such. As of now, yes, I have retired from baseball. Well, not to do this, but just to see what my body will lead to in the near future. And this is one of the few so far. So anyway, as they was playing baseball, they look up and they see meteor shower looking things flying down to Earth. So they all decided that they was gonna split up and go home with the father and the ASL girl going in the truck and the other three going in the car. However, we stick around with the father and the ASL girl, and we seen a very good wide shot, or one take where they was walking all the way to their car, and was about to leave and was driving away, until a police officer pulled him over, and he goes over to have a little chit chat with him. However, once the cop was about to go in his car, next thing you know, some monster just runs by and rams the car. And yes, it's the monsters of the movie, those supersonic hearing freaks. Sorry if you got offended by the word freak. I just don't know what else to call them. So the father runs back in his car. He tries driving off, but meanwhile, the other family members watched the monster who jumps out of nowhere again in a car and tries going after them. Even though his claws got caught in their windshield, they kept driving away. They drove past him and tried to drive forward. However, next thing you know, in a scary shot, by the way, where an actual bus was coming right back towards them, they drove back, not knowing that there was the monsters on the windshield of the bus. And then it took until a freaking car crash to finally stop the thing. Which was different. So then the father and the ASL girl goes into a restaurant near them. Hold on, real quick. Okay, so anyways, sorry y'all, I had elbows earlier, so there's a 50-50 possibility that the rest of the video in in T-minus 25 minutes, I'll end up being high. But if I get this finished before I get high, great. If not, then sorry that I'm gonna freaking be effed up. But yeah. Anyways, when the father and the ASL girl went inside the restaurant, they stayed quiet along with everybody else. And yes, of course, they were scared because they don't know what's going on, let alone what are those things. But they are starting to know that sounds is keeping them, keeping them safe. So they were being quiet until one of the kids, not the ASL girl, just had to get a phone call from their parents. Hear me out, yes, I know they were worried, but come the fuck on! Could you not follow them? But yeah, of course the monster comes in and they killed almost everyone except for the fire and the ASL girl, which they both ran all the way to the cop car. But a local cop comes by and tries shooting the monster, but the father and the ASL girl, ducks as the cop was shooting his shotgun right at the monster, but I think ran out of bullets. And as the monster jumps and kills the dude, the young dude was covering his ears throughout that whole thing. And I should mention, as not as a joke, but as something, as a fact, but if I was in that situation, I would have done the same damn thing. Mind you, I'm autistic, so you can know why. Anyways, after all of that, we then get our title card, and now we go back to where we're at. All the way to day 474, showing the mother, the two kids that are probably teenagers by now, and their baby. Their new baby, not the other baby from earlier, but yeah. And yeah, so they was all actually able to get out of there without killing one of the monsters. And not only that, but they also grabbed the Oxygen King and some supplies and such to head on over to God knows where. But mind you, y'all, in the last A Quiet Place movie, you might have remembered me mentioning that someone was lighting a bonfire on top of those farm stuff that holds grain. So they're actually going to follow that fire and see who is over there. Which is a stroke of genius! Like seriously, farmers, this could help you get more survivors! And you can save more lives just by doing that! Like, I know it may never happen, but come on! Imagine that! So yes, they all quietly walk while having no shoes, no socks, no nothing, just bare feet like I am right now, because why the fuck not? And, I don't know what else, but, okay, yeah, they then go under a fence, but they ended up tripping on a wire, which releases a rope that's covered like glass bottles and made ring noise. So she quietly tells her kids run, and they zoom down the grass. However, someone was pointing a barrel gun right at the family. However, the boy ended up in the one trap, and I repeat, the one trap that no matter what, it will make you scream in pain. And that was the bear trap. You know what that means? And oh yeah, the ASL girl Abbott, but thanks to her, but if you remember in their last movie, you may know that they noticed that if they use too much noise, like a big old speaker mixed with the hearing aid, it will cause a loud noise that will hurt the monster, and will give them enough time to shoot it and kill it. So yes, they obviously did that. So, oh, the sniper dude decided to go grab them and bring them to a little secret base that he weirdly has, weirdly enough. And and unfortunately, I don't think I remember his name. I want to go with Marcus, but at the same time, I want to call him the Shushy Man. I'll call him the Shushy Man because it sounds better. So the Shushy Man and the mother, oh well, crap, what was it? Abbott and the boy, including the little baby that they're carrying, by the way, in like a little box where they create to make it soundproof, and they use an oxygen mask to help her breathe while she's wailing in there. Because mind you, babies wouldn't last a freaking second if they were in this world. Not 1 second. Okay, sorry you guys hurt your ears and scare the shit out of you. Okay, so anyways, they all ended up falling down to a pipe. Like, not like Mario, even though they technically pull a Mario in it. And they go to a little barrier place that this Shushy Man and has and apparently he was revealed to be to be Emmett, aka a gentleman from earlier in the movie, who was shown on doing that whole dive sign language dive sign language again from the baseball scene. And even though everyone else probably doesn't know except for Abbott, but yeah. Oh, and also about the barrier, I should mention that they have a towel on there to keep it from closing entirely, because trust me, if they close it, they're fucked. Alright. So, at first he was thinking, he told them that he couldn't help them because they were all out of supplies, but then they showed that they have a baby with them, and of course he was surprised by it. So, and since it's a little barrier, and since the barrier is a sound service, that means they are able to make as much noise as they can, and the monster won't even hear it. So when they pour some liquid on his leg to heal it, of course he wailed like a freaking girl. No, seriously, he wailed like a girl. Like he might definitely be going through puberty, but trust me, if that doesn't show it, I don't know what will. So, after they fixed his like stabbed leg from the motherfucking bear trap, my add. And that's another thing I hate about horror movies. Why the fuck do we not see bears getting into bear traps? Like, yeah, you could use Winnie the Pooh, but that won't. But I feel like it won't even count. Like, seriously, I want to see one movie with a freaking bear trap that gets caught by an actual bear. Just one freaking movie, please, people. Thank you. Oh, and if you're curious, yeah, if you also double check that the okay, I don't know what fell back there, but oh well. And yeah, if you see Emmett earlier in the movie and know of him, then you might have saw that that he had kids. And I don't know what happened with them, but let's just say because yeah. And he quietly tells them that he's been alone for a while, and he warns them about something. I'm not sure, but yeah. But also, yeah, throughout some parts of the movie, you would probably hear them talking in their normal voice or their quiet voice like this. Sorry, I'm probably trying to show an example, even though I'm starting to get. Hi. I'm out of my balls. Okay. Anyways, so then the kid, which I think his name is Marcus. I'm gonna go with Marcus. So Marcus is meanwhile was listening to the radio that was singing Beyond the Seas. And some of you, mostly maybe 2,000 kids would know, yeah, we've heard of that at every ending of Finding Nemo. And yes, it was a good song. Thank you very much. And they thought it might be a possible sign of human life, but sorry, I was checking my eyes. But Emmett said that it ain't because it's been playing it over and over and over again for months. But then Reagan realized, yeah, I think his name is Reagan, but trust me, actually realized that it's not like a song that's being played over and over and over and over again. It was not. It was actually a sign that showed them that beyond the seas there will be an island nearby where there could be survivors out there. Yes, I know it sounds absolutely insane, but just watch the freaking movie and you'll believe it. But the dude who doesn't think it's freaking real. And I know you're wondering why did he said he doesn't want her to go. What I mean is that they should go to the island and broadcast her hearing aid feed to all over the world so they can warn them of survivors. But yeah. And she just tries warning her to not do it. And I'll give you 5 seconds of what you think she chose. Just give me 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. Yep. She left. So she begs Emmett to go find her, and even though he really doesn't want to because apparently he's a dick. But yeah. But he reluctantly decides to go find her. Meanwhile, Reagan found some destroyed trains. Yeah. However, while she was looking around in the train, she got scared by a dead skeleton at the front of the train. But due to her quick screaming, of course, a monster comes by. So she gets her audio ring to their ears, and she tries shooting them in the head, but misses the first time, and tries again, but Emmett saves her at the last minute. And they hide under a train station from the other monsters, and he's trying to help her get, and she's trying to help him to let her know what he's trying to say, and he's telling him with his hands and mouth that she is taking her home. But of course, she said, "What home?" Because again, they don't got no home. Then she asks him to help her, and of course he does because I don't know. I honestly don't know why. I get he might or might not believe him, but why? Why? Just why? Why? Okay. So, meanwhile, outside. Oh wait, no, the mother's name's Marcus, I think. Sorry, I've got the names mixed up. Because I'm high. Okay, but anyway, so Marcus goes out to go get some supplies to help them out. And also goes over to Bo's grave to honor him by putting a wedding ring on top of it. And then Bo and Emmett gets to the docks, but then realize that a little girl and a group of people are trying to surround them to take their supplies and possibly them. But meanwhile, and oh my word, I realize her name is Emily. God damn it! Oh my god, my spelling sucks. Naming sucks. Okay, but yeah. So she went to get the supplies and shit. Yeah. While Marcus just was just taking care of the baby, but then for some completely stupid reason he decides to go out and leave the baby in the box with the oxygen mask and goes check out the factory. And he does go and look around, and then he found a curtain and opened it to reveal a dead body and got jumped by it. But then ends up making noise, and he realized that he was fucked again. And this time it was gonna cost him big time, I'll tell you in a second. And so he hobbles and hobbles and hobbles all the way down into the pipe, and hobbles to grab the baby, and hobbles to go in the furnace. However, as he went in the furnace, he closed the door, but didn't put the towel where it was supposed to be to hold up the lock and keep it from locking him in shut. Oops! Now they're really fucked. But yeah, so they realize that. So with now how Marcus gained sway and anxious, nauseous, is he decided to share the oxygen mask with the baby. And they take turns. But meanwhile, Reagan and Emma was still getting captured by the people on the docks. And at first they were about to leave, but Emma gives them another sign language to dive again. And she obliged as he throws a lantern to cause a fire, make noise, and get them killed by the monster. Hearing monsters. And yeah, it might also involve that little girl as well, so yikes. But who knows? Maybe I could be wrong, but oh well. Then he grabs a hold of the last guy left and stabs him in the leg so he can make noise and go after him, and he jumps in the water. However, he was tied up on the neck, but he broke free after using the using a noose, and well, yeah, he got broke free after the dude died and let go of the noose. But meanwhile, Emily finally comes back and realizes what the fuck was going on. And she uses the gun to get rid of the alien from the kids, and he blows the alien up with fire. But of course there was fire sprinklers. So whoops to do again, cause now Emma was now fucked. And she kept quiet. And she quietly tries going all the way into the pipe, since the water was making a lot of noise that was distracting. Don't worry about that. So then, and she finally comes to the furnace and saves the kids just in time before Marcus ended up in a coma. Then Emmett watches as the hearing monster kills more people. And after the hearing monster kills the other people on a boat, it tries jumping back onto the docks, but however, they cannot swim. So they end up drowning. Meanwhile, Boyd owns the boat. Regan finds the boat. And picks him up. To take him to the island. And then they army crawl all the way up the mountain to see a normal house. A few normal houses with a bunch of people. There's even a campfire there. Again, people, this was a freaking island with normal people there, living normal lives and not dealing with the monsters. So yeah, they did talk about how. So they talked about what happened with them and how they got on an island, which is that on day one they were using boats to get to the island, so they don't go after them, but only 2 set sail while the rest of them got killed. And they lived there ever since. But then, while the sun was rising and Emmett was watching it because it's beautiful, he then hears a monster noise. And then he finds a boat with claw marks. The monster is at the island. What's to do? So yes, he goes right to the place that they got a monster in the island. But then a bunch of people unfortunately have been killed, like 6 people. Well, and then so then Regan and Emmett and this one black dude that talked about how they got there, and was riding his car or somewhere, but the monster tried going after them in that car, but it flew out of the car. Sorry, I nearly threw up. Oh my god. So anyways, then they went to a garage, but the dude told them to go to the broadcast booth and use the sound to alert everyone while he distracts, the monster. Excuse me. But of course, he takes him, snatches him up. So then, it finally got to the broadcast booth, but the monster was still coming after them, and Emmett was pretty screwed. Meanwhile, Emmett and the others were needing more oxygen mask, but there was one problem, and that was that the monster was there. fucking O. So they run back to their furnace, but they didn't have enough time to close the door, and the monster rips the door off his hinges, and they both were being crawled back simultaneously. Be interesting, both Reagan and the others. However, Reagan realized the mic was next to her, so she finally uses it to broadcast her sound wave, and and at the same time, the boy uses the radio to push it back, and they both were doing like the same thing, and both the girl and Reagan and the boy show out their now mature selves by killing the monsters themselves, which is pretty great. And the movie ends with showing just this. That's literally it. Like, we don't get like did anyone respond or something like that. But yeah, the movie is good and was a pretty great continuation of the film to get us to learn more about what happened within this little situation. So yeah. So y'all, thank you for watching. And follow me in my social medias in the description. And as always, I'm Dylan the Bad Guy, and this has been the Bad Guys Reviews. See ya. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day being high. Oh Lord.